Okay, first thing you have to know about the tabla is it's been around for nearly 1000 to 1500 years in India. It mainly started in North India in a town called Banaras, and I hope you've heard of it. And that's where it originated, and therefore one way of playing the tabla is called the Banaras way of playing the tabla, also known as the Banaras Ghar. And later it was carried on south by travelers and traders, and therefore when it came to the south, the state of Karnataka took hold of the tabla, and therefore they made their own style of playing the tabla, and that's what you call the Karnataka Ghar. So now tabla is basically divided into two distinct houses or ghars called the Banaras Ghar and the Karnataka Ghar. There isn't a lot of difference between them, but the point being that Karnataka Ghar uses has a lot more finger variations employed, whereas the Banaras Ghar just uses one normal finger to play every single tune. So, name any one famous tabla player.
Ustad Zakir Hussain.
He is North Indian, therefore he learnt it in the Banaras house. So if you look at any videos on YouTube, or if by happenstance if you happen to watch one of his concerts on national television, you'll see that mainly the way he plays the tabla is by using just one finger, on this one, and so that's his style of playing it. But if you look at a South Indian way of playing it, they use multiple fingers to play one tune. So now to tell you a little bit about the tabla. So this whole instrument on the whole is called the tabla, but this one is specifically named the tabla, and both these instruments are made out of camel hide and a mix, and the black center bit is made of a lot of things like charcoal and metal scrapes. So, and this is the main bit of the tabla. This is what makes the actual tune. This is just for the sound. This is called the dagga, and this, although being the smaller one, it is the most important bit of the tabla. And over here you use fingers over here. You use one finger over here to play the tabla, whereas over here you use 2 or 3 fingers or basically your palm to play the dagga. So can you tell me a couple the most basic tunes you can play on this one? Don't play it, just tell me the basic tunes. You can look at your notes. There's no harm in that.
Tita.
What?
Tin.
No, tin is when you employ both these sounds, but the most basic on this one.
Ki. No. Na.
The na is played by hitting the outside ring or the middle portion, and another sound which is played by flicking your finger against the black.
Tin.
Now that is made by both.
Tita.
No. That's also played, but that's only by using this, by hitting it. What sound is produced when you strike it? You just flick it.
I don't know.
Okay. It's called the. Okay. So the basic sounds over here are na and it requires practice to get that amount of strength into a tabla. But once you get that required strength, the sound coming out is really good. So try it. And one thing you have to remember about playing the tabla, always play to the black part facing away from you, so that your hand gets a little bit of comfort and you don't have to use a lot of strength while playing it. So give it a shot. Okay, one thing I've noticed is always keep the ring finger on the black part. Do not let it go. And the middle finger should always stay in the air. No matter what, it should not touch it unless another tune is employed. It's not necessary to keep your little finger on here. You can actually, you can just keep it away. Like, you can actually just keep it away. Like you can. But if you're comfortable, you can play it like this also. There is no harm. There's no compulsion which states that, but for the sake of argument, a little more strength. It requires practice, but it requires practice to get that amount of strength. Now try the th sound. And all you have to do is just flick your finger. Wait. What you're actually doing is you're like dragging it. Don't drag it across. Just see. First get the hang of this. Then try this. Then try flicking it. You're getting the basic concept. All you need to do is use some strength. That's all. Moving on to the dhaka. You can only play two sounds on this. First sound is the g, which is made by using the middle and the ring finger and striking it against the camel hide. What you have to remember is that the base of your palm always has to stay on this. It should not move under any circumstances if you want to employ the best sound, and it should stay a little away from the black area, because then the proper gong won't be heard on the tabla. And one thing, never use your fingernails on this, because this camel hide, although it is tough, it can tear if you excessively claw it with your fingernails. So the basic girl sound is this. Some very experienced tabla players even use one finger and they get this sound. They even use this. So basically just hit it with two fingers. And the second sound you make on this is like the easiest you can. It's just by striking your palm. That's it. This is called the k sound. Now try. Give it a shot. Try the g sound. There, see? You're getting it. Try not to hit the black part. Try hitting this much. And just strike it. See? Now try the k. Just slap it. Yeah. That's it.
Is it?
Yeah. Try it again. Yeah. Now, when you combine these sounds together, they produce a completely different note. For example, if you try the n and the g sound together, they produce the dha sound, or whatever is given in the text over there. But if you hit both of them at one go, and first thing, your timing has to be perfect, because like supposing you play, then first of all the sound is destroyed, and you can hear two distinct notes. But if you strike them at the perfect time, you'll actually hear the dha sound and not just the n and g. So it's okay if you don't get it the first time. It happens to everyone. It happens to every single tabla player. First time is the hardest. You're getting it again. Okay, now how do you get the dhi sound? Dhi. That, see? It requires strength. That's all it is. It requires strength. That's all you need. And it requires practice. With practice, you get that strength, and then basically tabla playing is child's play after a while. And now the next one is the tin sound. It's the same concept for the dhi, except instead of going this for the dhi, you go this. You do this for the tin. Right. Always try it. Once you hit it, just keep your hand over there. Don't let it fling away. Try it again.
Could you show us the tintal beats, that this demonstration?
So the teen tal is basically the most basic thing you can. One of the first ever tals you learn when you're playing the tabla. It is what a lot of Indian classical music is based on. Another tal is called the Kehrwa tal, which is 8 beats. So this teen tal is 16 beats, and it is also and it is widely used in Indian classical music. So the way it goes is like this. It's a 16-beat cycle. First, all you have to remember is the tha and the thi are continuously played in the first 8 beats. Then it comes to the ta, tin, ta, tin, dha. That's the last 8 beats. It's the most basic tal you can learn. It is the easiest, and with a little bit of practice, you can actually play it around 4 times faster than this. So try and give it a shot. Just the first 8 beats. Tha, tin, ta, dha, tin, ta. Okay, one thing, always strike it. You're just hitting it like this. Strike it. Think that you're squashing a bug. You won't just hit it like this. You'll actually squash it. Yeah. First, don't try striking it just yet. Just try flicking it. And never move this finger. Never move that finger. Actually, the way many people teach you is they actually put a barricade on this half of one half of this, so that your fingers never go beyond that half. So yeah, you're getting it. And always remember, don't try to use the same technique you're using for this, because like you're striking it here. I also see that you're also striking it here. This hand is supposed to be free. This hand is supposed to be very free, because you're supposed to actually move it around. So this hand is supposed to be free, but this one is supposed to be the one that actually gives you the sound. It gives you the sound. This one is just for accompaniment. So strike this, but let this thing be free. Strike, free. That's all. No. You're getting it. It takes time. I'm not saying it doesn't.
Brilliant. Let's see the master at work now.
This is one. Basically, every tal which is taught in the basic tals have their own variations called kaidas. They follow the same beat principle, but they have a completely different set of tunes and different set of notes to them. And then there are around 8 to 10 variations of the same. So this tal which I am going to play is the tal which was taught to me around a year and a half ago by my teacher in Hyderabad. And this is like my all-time favorite tal.